Hi, this is Larry. I realized something, someone had commented on a panning video I put up there where I was talking about my pan with a trap in it, and I realized later I never actually put that video up, so I'm going to do that now. I figured I'd throw in a little few other things. The one with the trap's actually my favorite pan, so that's why I'm putting it up there. Let me think. And I showed another video where I show some of this stuff, gems. Now this is not stuff I sell here. I collect. This is what I sell. All this stuff in these bins here. Here's some vials of gold. But there's one other thing that I do collect, and that's autographs on my guitar. And I haven't had the guitar too many years. I used to just get the autographs on, ticket stubs from concerts. But I thought, why not get my guitar signed? Maybe if I get enough signatures on here, I'll figure out how to play it someday. Well, that theory hasn't worked. But I do have quite a few signatures. And when I was young, my mom used to take me to concerts. She always liked music, so I kind of got that from her. My dad played banjo. I never picked that up, but everybody else, I have 4 brothers, they all picked up how to play instruments, and my sisters did also. Only thing I could ever do was write songs. I used to write songs for a couple local groups and never made any money at it, but it was fun. Still do once in a while. So I thought I'd show you some of the autographs now, so you understand I've never been one to put like pictures of bands and all that, even when I was young, on my wall. I explained this one time to, I think the drummer in U2, I was talking to him, and I said, yeah, you guys are, to me, just like I said, it's like if I had the best plumber in the world. I appreciate his work, but I'm not going to put his picture on my wall. But I, really appreciate the hard work he does and admire his abilities. I said, it's the same with you guys and you too. I appreciate your musicianship, but to me, you're just another person like me, except of course you have millions of dollars and I don't. So I think they got a little kick out of that. But anyway, I'll show you some of the, now I don't have U2's signature on my guitar. I have it on ticket stubs and pictures with them, but the reason I don't is some years back after I got my guitar, they started donating guitars to a foundation, I think in Louisiana, to help the flood victims and all that. And so they'd sign them. So they don't sign anybody else's guitar because that takes away from the value of those guitars. So I don't have U2 on here, but I'll show you something that I do have. Now the guy that took most of the room is Richard Butler. I don't know if you remember him from the Psychedelic Furs, and he had a group called Love Spit Love, and he had his own solo act too. Who else do I have on here? I have mostly they're from Europe. I've got the one that wrote Set List, made a little picture. That was Damien Rice. So I have all of Damien Rice's group on here. Let's see. I've got, here's Glenn Hansard from the Frames from Ireland. Now he's a real nice guy. We were in a record store and he showed me all the different groups he liked. We look at the records. Another guy that's real nice is the one who wrote Time is Imaginary on here. And this is Marty Wilson Piper. He's from the Church from Australia. I've got all their signatures on here. I've got all the Decemberists. There's Colin Malloy from the lead singer of the Decemberists. And somebody that, let's see, that they're big right now, there's Marcus Mumford. You've probably heard of Mumford & Sons. There's all the guys from his group. And another guy that just got real big is right here, Ed Sheeran. He's touring with Taylor Swift right now, so he's like the big guy right now. And that'll kind of give you an idea. So I try to get all the different members of the groups. Oh, here's one I just have his signature. Tom McRae. He's from England, and I really like his music. One I haven't been able to get yet that I just saw 2 or 3 times this year. I still go to concerts, even though I'm old, is Ben Howard. He's from England. Yeah, listen to his music. He's a surfer, young surfer from England. And get his album Every Kingdom, or his CD Every Kingdom. It's really good. And if you haven't heard the Decemberists, you probably have. They're great. The Frames with Glenn, they're really good. But anyway, all these people I like. Ed Sheeran, he has some good music too. So that's about all I have to say about this. Hi guys, I said sometime I'd do a panning demonstration. For you experts, this will probably be boring. You'll probably pass over it, but maybe for the newbies, you might appreciate it. So what you want to do is, when you're panning, always have a safety pan below the one you're using. Here's what I'm using. Here's a safety pan. Normally the safety pan, I normally have a bigger pan, but I've got pans everywhere, but they all seem to have something in it at the moment, so we'll just do it this way. And there's different types of pans. My favorite, it's this, let's see, what's it called? The Gold Saver, made up of the Roaring Camp Mining Company, Pine Grove, California, up north. I think it's off of 5 if I remember, but anyway, what I like about it, has a couple riffles here to catch the gold, but then it has this trap. See how nice that is? And I can pretty much guarantee you that's where the gold's going to end up settling, and the black sand too. What you do, okay, so you've got your safety pan, so you pan into that. But you normally are going to use a classifier, so we'll set that on top, get it down here in the water. Hopefully we'll get it down in the water. Okay. Now, the reason you use that, because it'll be a quicker panning. And once you get the bigger stuff, if you know the area, you're pretty much certain that any size bigger than whatever screen you're using to classify probably isn't going to be gold, but once in a while it is, so always check what you're classifying. But this gets the big, you know, pebbles and all that away. So I've got this little cup here, holds about a pound of pay dirt. Hopefully there will be something in here, so I'm not doing all this for nothing. But normally this stuff has a few flakes in it. Okay, get it all in there. Alright, so what you want to do, let me see, first I just kind of move this around in case there's any clumps of dirt. Okay, so now here's what we classified. I don't see any gold nuggets there, but you always want to look. There might be gold in a matrix. You know, it could be something like this and has a piece of gold on it. And sometimes there's interesting, looks like there's pieces of quartz that have really been tumbled. This stuff's from a high banker. So I like to, you know, those are interesting little pieces. They're clear pieces. I'll probably save those. Now what you do, you want to make sure your dirt is aerated. So if you think there's some like dust in it, dirt, I kind of swish it around a little bit, get all that into the water. Now, since I'm holding the camera, I'm going to have to do this with one hand. So you're going to want to swirl it around. You can go like this, you can go like this, whichever way you want, just as long as you get a feel that the heavy stuff, or as they call it, heavies, is ending up in the bottom. Gold is 19 times heavier than water. So you want to keep water on top of this, forcing the gold down. Now it's going to also force other things down there. You've got magnetite, that's the black sand, which is heavy, it's magnetic. And you have hematite, sometimes that's slightly magnetic. That's going to get that down there. Once you feel you've got it forced down pretty good, now, and there's like 5 different ways to do this, but normally I just go back and forth, sort of like the waves of the ocean, washing, you know, just how the tide comes in and out, moves the sand around. Do that 3 or 4 or 5 times, and then shake it again. Make sure it's got that feel that it's heading down to the bottom there in the corner. Then do it again. And you see how it's picking off the light stuff, the blonde sand and some of the little pebbles. Now you are going to get some pebbles that are going to end up in the bottom. If I had 2 hands, I can pick them out of there, but we'll just have to leave them there till the end. So see, I try to keep this under the water so water holds the gold in place, and The riffles are going to hold the gold back. But don't do it too many times, else the gold will disappear. It'll get kicked out there. Maybe one of those little rocks will pull out and take it with it. Okay, so we're just going slowly back and forth. Now you can go, you know, once you get comfortable with this, you can go like, you know, you can go fairly fast. You can be going like this. And if something did happen to pop out, it's going to be in your safety pan anyway. But a good thing to do, the safety pan is kind of a good tool for learning, because you can think, okay, I didn't get any in the safety pan, it's all in here. And then you go in the safety pan, you look how much you did lose, or you would have lost. So it's kind of good for training also. So when you get it down, see it's getting down there a ways. When you get down where you think, feeling pretty comfortable, most of the stuff, big stuff that you don't want is out of the way, then you turn it around and you get everything down at the other end. This pan wants to float. Okay, get it down there. Now, like I said, with this trap here, the gold's pretty much going to stay in there. So I'm going to kind of swish this around and get that stuff down here. And I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Well, I'll do it as if I didn't have a trap, just so you'll learn. Okay, so you swirl it around, see what you got. See, there's no gold there. So I'm going to let this pull off, and you can kind of watch as it's going down to see if you're losing any gold. I didn't see any. All right. So let's go again. Okay, let me bring it back this way. So let me just swirl a little bit. Okay, see how we're getting rid of this stuff? Now, if you didn't have that trap, you could still get rid of it. You would just be a little more careful. And like what you do, let's say you didn't have the trap and you had everything over in this other corner. So what you would do is just kind of easily let some fall off and then let it pull out here, wash away. So you go back over here, wash it away. All right, back to the trap. Let's let it swish around a little more. Starting to get some of that bigger stuff out of the way. Now you can start to see, so there is some gold in there. So can you see it? All right, let me see if I lost any of that. That kind of went a little faster than I wanted. What you can also do at this point is if you have a sucker bottle with you, which mine's in the house, I think, you can start sucking the gold out of there. All right, we'll just take a look here. Can you see how the gold is in there with the black sand? So that's pretty much how I do it. And you can keep going like this and you can get all that black sand out of there and leave the gold behind. See how much we have over here we can just easily get rid of, and you could just keep doing that until you just got down to where there's just gold. See how the black sand comes off? The gold's staying behind. Okay, so yeah, I'll give you an idea. There's a piece there. So you can see most of the gold's up in this corner here. Quite a few pieces out of that 1 pound of dirt. And that's pretty much how you do it. Alright, just talk to you later. Around a couple more times, but just to make the video a little shorter, I just switched it and turned it off. Now you can see there's the gold there. There's still a little black sand, but it's pretty much in the corner off to the side. There you go. Hopefully you can see the gold. And like I said, there's a little black sand there. That's not going to bother. You can push that out of the way, or just get it. Now you can get this up with a sucker bottle and have a nice clean bottle of gold.